Good morning. So today it is like so cold outside. It's in single digits here in Utah. So we be freezing, below freezing, but the skies are really beautiful and clear and blue, and the sun is out, which is really nice because we haven't seen the sun for a couple of days. So welcome. When you're here, say hi. Maybe you might have to state your name because I'm on a platform that sometimes just tells me it's a Facebook user. So say hey. Where are you coming in from? Who's here? Hi with your name, please. Hi, Facebook user. Hi. I see you. I don't know who you are. So, winter. How cold is it where you guys are right now? Tell me what you got. Today we've got it's 9 degrees right now. Currently 9 degrees. Thank you for my glass. My daughter gave these to me. 9 degrees. It is cold. Holy moly. I have not seen a winter like this in a long time. So, and I know a lot of people that are struggling with the seasonal affective disorder. It is something that I used to really struggle with every year, and it would knock me down. And I used to think something was wrong with me. I thought I was defective. No matter how hard I tried to make shit happen, I felt horrible. Anybody else like struggle in winter? I am such a nature person. I'm such an outside person, but I hate cold. And I'm making friends with cold. I'm working on it thanks to Wim Hof and cold showers. And I try to do snow angels, take a break from my hot tub and sit in snow angels. But who else? Are you guys freezing? Do you love winter? Do you hate winter? And I would fight this seasonal affective disorder. And I finally learned that, like, oh my gosh, it's winter. This is the time in nature where everything goes within. Even the trees go within. The animals go hide and hibernate. Why do we think we are better or we know more? I mean, just because we have this light that we can turn on and keep on, even though it's not light outside, like, it is the time for rest. It is the time for going within and relaxing. Holy cow. So when I stopped fighting that and gave myself permission to be tired, to rest a lot, it's okay. It's okay. I will have time and energy later. I know I will, because that's the cycle of things. Spring will come and you get all of this energy. It's a natural cycle, a natural rhythm of life. So today I wanted to do a little card spread, especially because there can be a lot of shame and judgment and criticism this time of year around New Year's resolutions. So how many of you set New Year's resolutions and you're kind of like falling off the wagon already? We're just like, 5 weeks in, and it's like, ugh. Because we don't have the energy, you guys. We don't have the energy to do them. Spring is when you take action. Winter is water season. Winter is we sit in the unknown. We sit in the darkness. We rest. We heal our body. And so, like, it's so interesting to me. And I did this for a very long time and just set myself up for failure with New Year's resolutions every year. And I'm like, I'm going to do it. And then it was just like, I don't have any energy for this. Why is this so hard? Because you're going against your natural rhythms. In January, it is winter, water season, element water. Rest, relax, surrender, release, recover, rejuvenate. How many RE words can I come up with? And we don't have energy. We're not meant to have energy now. We are meant to be chilling, So I hope this is giving you so much permission energy. Who needs this permission energy? Say, me, I need this permission energy to rest, to chill, to calm my ass and sit down and just be. So who needed that permission energy? So let's just check our relationship with winter right now. So if you're with me or you're watching the replay, say replay if you're watching the replay, and just take a moment to take a couple of big deep breaths. Maybe even one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Big deep belly breaths, allowing the belly to expand. Sighing it out. And just tune in. And just tune into yourself. What do we need to know about our current relationship to winter? How do we feel about winter? What do we need to know for our highest good about our personal relationship to this season, this time of rest, this time of going within, this time of darkness? What do we need to know for our highest good? This is going to be a 3-card spread. And we got our first 2 cards. Nope, that one's not a card. That one's the first one. Okay, that goes back in the deck. Interesting. See, there are no rules to reading cards, you guys. Just follow your intuition. Ah! I'm struggling. The cards are slippery. Okay. Okay, I got 3 cards. This is from the Archetype guidebook by Kim Kranz. Love her stuff. Okay. Woo, they're all upright. Hallelujah. Like it when that happens. Okay, so the first card is our root chakra. This is how grounded we feel in this season right now. This is our major fears, our habits, our patterns, our beliefs, our stuckness. And it can be our primary relationships in life too, like how our relationships are, because the root has to do with our physical reality. So your community, your family, your lover, your partner. So this card represents that, and it is the shadow. The shadow. So let's see what the shadow has to say for us about our relationship with winter. How grounded we are in winter, maybe where we're stuck or not feeling supported. The unspeakable, the unwelcomed, the denied. This is already going to be really, really good. Although every card in this archetype deck has a shadow potential, this card asks us to delve into the qualities of the shadow itself. We often think that the shadow can be purified, illuminated, and made right through effort and achievement. However, it is typically the case that our lofty pursuit of ascension and perfection is the very source of shadow material itself. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm going to read that part again. We often think that the shadow can be purified, illuminated, and made right through effort and achievement. New Year's goals, anyone? However, it is typically the case that our lofty pursuit of ascension and perfection is the very source of shadow material itself. I mean, like, I could just like drop the bomb right there. You guys, we are in shadow season. We are in water, darkness, in the womb, as you will. Winter's tomb. Yes, it is dark. It is the shadow. So trying to perfect the shadow doesn't work. It's surrender to the shadow. By rejecting parts of ourselves and the world, we begin. While rejecting parts of ourselves and the world, we begin to separate from the whole. Rather than getting to know the qualities and content of our shadow, we busy ourselves with avoiding its presence. Let me just set a whole bunch of New Year's resolutions and try to make myself a better person and then feel like a worse person than before because I don't have any energy because I'm stuck in the shadow because I'm supposed to be there, supposed to be in the shadow right now. This is denial. Oh my gosh, this is the best. When this card appears, it is time to take inventory of those things you've been denying. When the mind responds with, no, anything but that, you're touching the shadow. Nope, I can't look at that. I better hurry and turn on the TV. I better put some music on. I better check in with some of my impulses and addictions. Let's eat some food. Let's smoke. Let's do some sex. But like whatever it is that your addictions and avoidance techniques are, let's just do that. So I don't really have to sit with this yuck because I don't know what's going to be in this yuck. When the mind responds with, no, anything but that, you're touching the shadow. Find support for this deep inner work and move toward the shadow with patience and compassion. So in light, the shadow is revealing unconscious aspects of the self and the world. That is why this time is so important. Just sit and be with what is and allow your mind to go through all of the events over the past year, the past seasons and cycles that it's been through to go, okay, what am I surrendering to? What am I letting go of? So I can make space for what's coming in the spring when it's time to take action. Oh. Hi, good morning, Alicia. Hi, Joanne. 13 degrees. Oh my gosh. Alicia, what's the temperature in Cedar City? We're at 9 degrees right here in Bountiful right now. Britta, I and my shadows are buddies. I know, it's the best when you can sit with them. Holy cow. So when light, the shadow reveals unconscious aspects of not only yourself, but also the world. This is a beautiful time to sit with, what do I love and what do I not love? And what am I going to carry on with me? What am I going to release? Like that's the time. But we busy ourselves with New Year's resolutions and I got to be busy and hustle. Blah, blah, blah. Be in the world, but not of the world. You guys, just because everybody else is doing it, it's not the time. March is the time for New Year's resolutions. March is the time to take action. Now is the time for rest. When dark, the shadow is denying unconscious aspects of the self and world. It doesn't exist. Like if I don't see it, it doesn't exist, right? La, 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 la. Let me close my ears and my eyes. If I don't see it, it doesn't exist. I'm just going to make myself do it. And then we feel like shit because we're so tired we can't. And then we feel like a failure and then we don't go for our goals anymore. Oh, this reading is so awesome. I love how it's totally echoing what you said right at the beginning. Isn't that crazy? It's like you guys saw me randomly pick the cards. I didn't make this up. Oh, seed time. Yes, it is seed time, Britta. Going deeper, Owning Your Shadow by R. Johnson. In the shadow of the gods are the very gods themselves. Reflect on this statement by James Holman in A Blue Fire. What do you despise about yourself? By answering, you move towards the shadow. Another really beautiful thing is, what do you see in other people that drive you crazy? That's a clue to what drives you crazy about yourself that you just haven't recognized within yourself yet because it's so easy to see it in other people. Contemplate the following scientific observation. The closer an object, a person, place, or community, is to the light, the longer the shadow it casts. Ooh, so the closer you are to the light, the bigger the shadow is going to be. So just like, that is the law. That's like a natural law of cause and effect and polarity and rhythms. You guys read the Kybalion. These natural laws govern us, whether you are conscious of them or not. They govern us just like gravity, right? Gravity keeps us grounded. There's natural laws in effect in the universe, and one of them is natural laws of rhythms and cycles, which is nature. Right now, we are in a rhythm of solitude, inwardness, darkness, quietness. Sit with it. Saturday, I did a cacao ceremony. Cacao is one of my favorite medicines. I put it in my coffee every morning. So I get a little cacao in my coffee every morning. And, but when I do cacao ceremony, I do not add any sweetness. Like this right now has some maple syrup in it. Real raw maple syrup. Um, and I was so bitter. I almost purged. It was so bitter. And I was just sitting with the bitterness, sitting with the bitterness, and sitting with the bitterness, and coming up with all of the times and all of the places and all of the people and all of the situations where I felt so bitter and resentful. And if you don't sit with that, it turns into like anger and resentment and like revenge, wanting to get revenge with people or treat people like, they did this to me, tit for tat, karma's a bitch when you are. My bitterness is for me, and I've got to sit with it. And the beautiful thing about bitterness that bitterness can teach us is that bitterness is required to help our body digest nutrients, right? So you're supposed to drink or eat something bitter before you have your meal. So drinking lemon water before you eat can help your body digest those nutrients. Well, on a metaphysical, metaphorical level, sitting with the bitter, allowing the bitter in, helps you really take those life experiences and go, okay, this is, I need this and I don't need that. I need this and I don't need that. Bitterness is really important in our lives. But when we reject it and shun it and push it away, we're like, it sneaks up and it can bite us in the butt. It jumps out at inopportune times, right? That whole like story about you've got a full coffee mug and someone bumps you, what comes out? Well, the coffee, because that's what's in there. It's full. Well, if I sit with my bitterness and I accept my bitterness and I breathe into that bitterness and what about me that's not taking care of me, or where I'm not setting my boundaries, or I'm not asking for what I need, or I'm not giving myself enough space. Why am I feeling bitter? Me. It's in here. It's not out here. Outside is just a reflection of what's happening within. So now that I'm tapping the heart and saying me, the next card is our heart, how our heart feels about winter right now and our relationship with winter. This is our longing. This is like the center of our beingness, maybe the center of our conflict, what we're really wanting, but maybe not giving ourselves permission. You guys, cards are amazing. And we got the sustainer. And it's hands molding a ball of clay. Like perfect for the heart. The sustainer, the peacemaker, the upholder, the preserver. The sustainer, the second archetype in the trio of existence, works behind the scenes tending to the tasks of life. They cultivate gardens, pay bills, keep the mills warm, and the mouths sweetly fed. The sustainer is at peace in the process of life, knowing there is no start or finish to humble yet meaningful tasks. They have a natural inclination to nourish others, to archive, to preserve Earth's resources, to consider environmental, love you, have a good day, love. To consider environmental impact, to see their role in the divine cycle of life. It's common for the sustainer to become overworked, leading to resentment. Oh my gosh, I love this. Their tasks aren't glamorous, and therefore the sustainer rarely receives the credit or attention. The sustainer longs to hold things in place so badly, especially relationships, that they resist necessary change. Take time with this archetype. It is within us all and needs our love. When light, the sustainer is abundant, generous, supportive, and reliable. When dark, the sustainer is overworked, resentful, trapped, and tired. The deities they recommend to look into for this is Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance, Vishnu, and Demeter. Okay. Take note of the difference between maintaining and sustaining. Which action describes your life more accurately? Are you maintaining or are you sustaining? There is a big difference there. Maintaining, sometimes you could be maintaining a facade that doesn't nourish you, that doesn't sustain you, but you're maintaining it because it's the status quo and everybody thinks this is like, we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions again. I got to maintain this facade. I'm going to be this awesome person and I got to do these things. And then I feel like horrible, blah, 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 because I'm tired and trapped. And let's see, the other one, contemplate what truly sustains you. Like, what is it that you really need to sustain your life? Probably a lot less than what you're doing. You make a list. Notice how simple yet powerful these things are, and spend some time tending to them. This card reminds me of, there's an old Zen koan that says, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. And, before enlightenment, you're chopping the wood and you're carrying the water, and your mind is a million places. And then after enlightenment, this piece of wood, chop. This piece of wood, chop. This bucket of water, fill. This bucket of water, fill. Walk, 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 walk. It's being present with what is, which is what this card is asking you to do. What is right now? Winter, rest, quiet, solitude, regeneration. What do you really need to sustain you? That's all you have to do. Like, seriously, I love that it asks you to make a list of what you really need to sustain you. Just the basics, and focus on those. That's all that winter is for right now. Let me get some food. Let me get some rest. So make sure I've got shelter and I'm warm. And anything else is like cherry on top. Give yourself permission to rest. Your heart is longing for sustainability. This card is in the heart. That's what it's longing for. The challenge is overcoming the world telling you need to go and do and hustle and grind and be better and blah, 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 blah. Good for you, not for me. Now is my time to rest and regenerate. So when spring comes and my energy is ripe, then I will go and do. But right now I need to sustain myself, not maintain expectations, not maintain facades, not maintain, status quo. Sustain, nourish, nurture, heal, regenerate. I love and hate winter. I like the downtime, dislike the cold. Britta, I'm with you, girl. I'm trying to embrace the cold. Started Wim Hof a couple of years ago, doing cold showers and snow angels outside the hot tub. But, whoo, man, holy cow. All right, how's this feeling so far? Our root is the shadow. We really need to sit with the shadow. Our heart needs sustaining. Time to sit with sustaining. How do we sustain ourselves? I've never understood hustling this time of year. All other mammals are hibernating because they are smarter than us. I wouldn't say they're smarter than us. They just are instinctual. They trust their instincts. They don't have a prefrontal cortex that can override their instincts like we do. And so it is just really so beautiful to just take a note from nature, take a lesson from nature, see what it says. Okay, you guys, I'm so excited for this last card. I mentioned the Kybalion. It has been it's the book that I really studied with last year, really diving into the natural laws of the universe. And before I found the Kybalion, Alicia, if you're still on here, thank you so much for giving me that book. It found its way to me. I was channeling the symbol, the triangle, the square, and the circle. I was channeling it. It kept coming up in my visions and my meditations, and I would draw it on things, and I didn't know what it meant. And Jasmine is like, Jenny, that is the Philosopher's Stone symbol. That's the symbol for alchemy. And I teach alchemy every month in our online soul connection group. And I know what alchemy means, but I never knew the symbol for it. And I read the Kybalion, and I was just like, oh my gosh, the natural rhythms of life. So this is the last card we're reading today, is the crown. This is what our higher self, what your divine sovereign being wants you to know. This is reaching beyond the physical plane into that ethereal, heavenly space, like that going beyond. This could be what's blocking your ascension right now. This is the card that is like, this is what you need to do, to know, to serve the world from a higher level. Okay, so let's read it. Let's read what it says. The stone, the eternal, the anchor, the rock. And I just also have to say, you guys, Jenny Stone. And it only took me 41 years to learn about the Philosopher's Stone. But I'm like really digging it right now, totally embracing it. Okay, so as an archetypal object, the stone holds psychic and literal weight. Its energy is one of permanence, concreteness, and reliability. The stone's ability to transform is nearly imperceptible to us as it changes ever so slowly over countless human lifespans. A single stone may see thousands of generations come and go. Therefore, it contains an ancient and eternal presence. The stone is best used to anchor our wild side. Woo! So no matter how far we roam, we can always find our way back home. The stone tethers us to earth, helping to ground and connect us to stillness. So even in our crown chakra, this heavenly, out of cosmic 3D reality is like, come home, ground yourself, be here now. This is what it's asking you. So the stone tethers us to earth, helping to ground and connect us to stillness, quiet, and peace. Not go, 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 hustle, grind, get it, get it, get it. Quiet, stillness, peace. When this card appears, it is likely this stone is a remedy for what ails us. Humble and easily unnoticed, the power of the stone balances the frenzy of our world. When light, steadfast, loyal, committed, present. Steadfast. I really, that word is kind of has mixed meanings for me. But it does make sense in this winter time, because it's like, this too shall pass, right? This winter season, this cold, this dreary, this dark, this going within, the no energy, it will pass. It's just a season. So be steadfast. You're going to be okay. When dark, weighed down, holding back, cold. Not physically, energetically, right? Emotionally cold. In Jewish mourning traditions, stones are left at graves rather than flowers. Sit with this vision for a moment and see what unfolds. Build a cairn in nature. Find inspiration in Andy Goldberth's stone egg forms. Oh, that's really beautiful artwork, his stone eggs. Okay, so the thing that's really coming up for me with this stone. Hold on, let me read what it said again, because I was like, there it is, there it is, there it is. The stone is a remedy for what ails us, humble and easily unnoticed. The power of the stone balances the frenzy of our world. Shoot, I lost it. Our higher self is asking us to ground, to sit and be still. Oh, I remember what it is now. It came to me. But this is the crown chakra telling us to sit, be still, calm thy ass. Right? And it reminded me of a couple years ago, I was on a podcast, The Reclaimers, really beautiful podcast, highly recommend. It's a beautiful work of art that talks about real life stories and fictional characters of abuse and trauma and manipulation and empaths, and they teach real life tools to overcome gaslighting and all of that fun stuff. And one of the tools that they taught in there was the gray rock. And this is a real I don't know all the terms, I'm sorry, but a real tool that therapists and psychologists will give you when you're dealing with a manipulator, or someone that's trying to control you, is to be as boring as a gray rock. Like gray rocket. So right now in winter, it's like January, go, 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 hustle, push, grind. You got 12 months. Well, if you start in March, you got 12 months then too, right? It just all depends on when you start. And when people are trying to get a reaction of you, when you can just be a gray rock and they push you, you kind of like move over a little bit, but then you just sit down again. And it's like the answers are just like, yes, no, I don't know, maybe, let me think about it. But you don't react. You're not reactionary to them. You're like a gray rock, just a lump that sits. And the stone is kind of making me think of that right now, where we are in shadow. We are supposed to be sitting with our shadows right now. And we need to just be sustaining ourselves. So just sit and be this gray rock. And anybody that asks you to do anything, no is a very valid sentence. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't need to like make up a story or anything. You can just say, no, thanks. That's a complete sentence. Complete sentence. No, thank you. So this is like full permission energy to sit and be in winter right now. Oh, Alicia, loving this reading. Definitely resonates with where I'm at. Oh my gosh, it is winter, you guys. We're supposed to be resting, chilling out. And, you know, the other day, Jasmine and I were talking after our soul connection class. And she's just like, you know, can a hippie girl just sit and watch junk TV and not feel bad about it? And it's like, that's what I'm talking about. You guys, I binge watched over the last 3 weeks, The Witcher and the Blood Origin of The Witcher. And I have been working with feeling guilty about it. Guys, I'm in my own home. I should not feel guilty about sitting in my home watching a show. But the world has conditioned us to make us feel like we are horrible people if we're not hustling and grinding. And it was like, how would it feel? This is what I did for myself. Every time I felt that guilt or shame, judgment starting to creep in, it was like, you know, me sitting here, enjoying this show, resting my body is the best thing I can do right now. And I can just, let's get rid of the word guilty altogether and just enjoy and have pleasure in this. Let me just take all the pleasure from this. Let go of the word guilty, because why am I guilty? Why is it a guilty pleasure? If I'm enjoying it, that's pleasure, and pleasure is meant to be enjoyed. Pleasure is meant to be good. So if you want more on this pleasure thing, reach out to me. Central Awakening Retreat is coming up in St. George next month. It's going to be amazing. Okay. So, winter, your relationship. Just give yourself permission. Like, here's Jenny saying, I give you permission. I give you permission to sit calm, lie ass down, and be in winter. Just sustain yourself, nurture yourself. You don't need to maintain anything right now. The world will continue to go on. It'll be fine. Just sustain yourself and just sit still in the stillness. Okay. So we've got some stuff going on at the collective. March 3rd, we are doing this beautiful sound bath with Erin in the greenhouse studio, yoga studio. She's gathered 4 full sets of singing bowls. I'm one of them. And drums and rattles and gongs. In Warehouse 22, it is going to be a surround sound bath. 4 sets of singing bowls, you guys. Just, can you imagine? My brain is going to melt. I'm so excited. For $33. So go find that. I will post the link in here later. That is going to be amazing. And if you really want help and a community of people that are on this journey right now of it's winter, stop asking me to do extra stuff. Stop expecting me to be this go do hustle person. My body needs rest. My mind needs rest and my spirit needs rest. So if you want a community that's on this same natural cycle as the world, this is what we do with the collective. All of our classes right now at the studio are just like, let's rest, let's sit in silence, let's chill. Our online classes that we teach, especially Tuesday night, Soul Connection, is a really beautiful class where we go through and we really give you tools to help you sit. Like, and permission, all the permission, like, you're uncomfortable in this. Okay, let's dive deeper. Do we need to check elements? Do we need to check our gene keys? Where's your human design? What's going on with the moon? What's happening in your physical body? What element are you in? What relationship? We go through all of these, and there's a community of support. So it's a really, really beautiful class and community that's so incredibly, oh my gosh, we've been doing it for over a year now. And it's just so fantastic to hear, we're all going through very similar situations, like life situations, even though the life situations are completely different, but energetically, we're all kind of feeling the same. It's just so, so beautiful. So, and we are getting ready to launch. Normally I go live with Jasmine, so I have like a little person to like look at and be like, are we going to talk about this for a minute? But I think it's safe to talk about. We are getting ready to launch our Soulful Leadership program in March, when the season is right for launching and starting something new. So in March, we will be starting our year-long Soulful Leadership. It's a mentorship, apprenticeship, and it will be an apprenticeship or mentorship in becoming your best soulful leader. Owning your soul, learning how to tune into who you really are so you can step into leadership in that role. And it could be I want to be my greatest potential. It could be, I want to be my greatest potential in relationship with my partner. I want to call in a partner or as a parent, or I want to be the best leader I can be in my business. And that all requires stepping into my soulful leadership. And this program, it's a year long, and you get to work very closely with Jasmine, Carrie, and I. And it's kind of, because there's 3 of us, it's really beautiful. We get to cover a lot of different ground. Carrie is really good with the business. If you are a business owner and you are wanting to bust through blocks in your business and become that top leader, not just in your own personal sovereign right, but like physically manifesting in the world, Carrie's got you. Jasmine's all about relationships. She will help you figure out your relationships, relationship to self, relationship to money, relationship to spirit, relationship to partner and kids and work and blah, blah, blah. Jasmine will rock your relationship world. And where I come in and say, how do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about that person that you see in the mirror every day? Do you really, really see that person? Do you really see who you are? How amazing and miraculous and special you are, and that there's something that you have that this world needs and only can get from you. Like, do you realize that? That's what I do. I help you realize how phenomenal you are and how to claim it. Oh, this is me. Like rock and heart glasses. I don't know. I'm not doing anything too crazy today. I guess the heart glasses is the craziest. But like, you guys, it is so fun to be you. It is so fun to be you. And so that's what our Soulful Leadership program is going to be, is helping you if you want in your business, if you want in your relationships, if you want in your personal self, whatever it is that you're wanting, self, relationships, business, Soulful Leadership has got that covered. And it is going to be such a fun, beautiful program. And we are only opening for 25 people. So if this calls to you, if you're like, yes, I really want to be a soulful leader. Yes, I want to step into my personal leadership abilities. I want to know my gifts. This is not an apprenticeship to be a carbon copy of Jenny. Sorry, I'm taken. I really like being me, and I don't want any other me's. So I really like to be Jenny Stone, and I don't want any more Jenny Stones. I want you to find you. And what is it about you that is special and unique? And what are your gifts? And how do we expand those gifts? How do we grow those gifts? How do we, I can see and feel other people hear and speak. Other people just know. And so what is your gift, and how do we unlock your gift so you unlock your full potential? We're not trying to make you carbon copies. We don't need more Carries or Jasmines or Jennies. We want you. We need Britta's. We need Jen's. We need Alicia's. We need Joanne's. We need you to step into your power. And that's what this 1-year mentorship looks like with us, is we bring you in, we connect with you, we help you discover your unlocked potential, your gifts. We use different tools, help you feel comfortable leading in work, in relationships, in play, whatever that is for you. That's what Soulful Leadership is all about. So if you're like, oh yeah, and it may include a certification. You may get Reiki certified. You may get learn how to use my Aura Chakra machine and get certified in that. You may get certified in sound. You may get certified in tapping or meditation. Like, who knows? It just really depends on what your goal is, because there's not one size fits all. We can't be like, now everybody wants all those things. And we want you to get what you need, so it's totally personalized for you. Also, the Soulful Leadership Mentorship Program comes with your own drum. We're going to make you a drum. We're going to make you a pendulum. We're going to make you, I don't have an essential oil roller, your very own unique essential oil roller. Going to get you a personalized element set. Like, we're going to give you all of these tools. It includes a retreat. It includes 2 private healing sessions every month and a Marco Polo chat where you have access to us 24/7, and somebody gets back to you within usually a couple of hours for questions, integration, community. So you're not in this alone, brainstorming, masterminding with other beautiful people stepping into their soulful leadership. Yes, please surround me with more people ready to claim their divine sovereignty. Yes. If this is you, reach out, comment below. You can also find more information online. This is an application process because we really want to make sure this is the right fit for you and the right fit for us, because we will be working very closely together for a year. So there is an application process just to make sure that we all feel really good about spending a whole year together very closely, in close contact. I mean, the Marco Polo, the sessions, the retreats, the classes, all that fun stuff. So if you're ready to be a soulful leader, claim it. It's yours. So I love you all so much. Have a beautiful Monday, and sit down, calm, just enjoy sitting in this darkness. It's time. This is the time, and you're okay. You're safe. Nothing bad is going to happen. I love you so much.